Okay, so again, you can tie this with, pretty well brown, black, olive green, depending on your body. I kind of like to do a contrast with this. So we're going to have kind of an orangey, sparkling body with a dark hackle, and I'm going to use black thread, but you can use the orange thread or the red thread that we just had on. And we're not going to put any weight on this one. We're going to just tie in a base of thread. A nice base down there. And on a regular woolly worm, they had a little rag tag coming off the back on a woolly worm. There's also a version that they do that imitates a stonefly that has two goose biots coming off the back, and I think we've done that in the past. This is just more or less imitates like gill filaments, or it just adds a little bit of movement to the back. You just take the fluff off the base. Okay. And that's what you're going to use for your tail.
Okay.
So you cinch that down at the back. So next, you're going to take now that you've tied in your tail, you can then strip off a bit of that, get rid of it. It'll just get in the way. But you're going to take your hackle, and we're going to tie it in from the tip. Okay, so you got your base and your tip. You're going to take your tip and you're going to pull your feathers backwards. So you got a little fine strip coming out the front, and that's what you're going to secure down to your hook. Okay, a couple of loose wraps and you can adjust the length. So then you're going to take this sparkle chenille. You're going to strip a little bit off at the front, right at the core, so you've got a bit of string sticking out. And in about mid-shaft, you're going to just tie that in. So a couple of loose wraps to get it into position.
Mid-shaft?
Yep. And then tie it down to the back. Okay. Now you're just going to advance your thread up to the eye. And if you like, just put a little half hitch in there so nothing unwraps. The problem with putting in a half hitch is there's no going back.
Yeah.
Right?
Found that out.
So now you're just going to take this sparkle chenille and you're going to take consecutive wraps forward. Just not too bulky. All you want to do is just bring it up beside each other. You get to the front. Again, when you're securing your material down, you should always pull it straight up. Okay, you go over once, secure it again, go behind and forward, and you're locked in. That secures it. That's it. Gives you a good solid tie down. Trim off the excess. Again, you can take a couple of wraps. If you're happy with everything, half hitch. That just locks it in and your hands are free. So now you're just going to take your hackle, and we're not being too critical. I know last week when Sheldon was tying, he was pushing everything back. This is a real buggy looking pattern. It just has a lot of little legs sticking out. You bring that up the front again, you get to the front. You don't want too much of a bulky head. So again, material up, one behind, one forward. Oops, sorry. Come behind and then lock it down. And that's it.